What's going on, YouTube? It's a hot day today in here in South Mississippi. I think the heat index today is like 110. But today I decided to do the Norcal Mod on my 2011 Silverado. Here recently I went and had a 3.5-inch rough country suspension lift put on it, front end alignment and all that, and I ordered these 20x12 -44 offset Moto Metal MO 988 Melee with a 33 1250 Federal Caragia MT. As you all know, these trucks have square wheel wells, so it's nearly impossible to get that aggressive look with a tire that sticks out a little bit without it rubbing on the front. So I did the Norcal Mod today. I've already done the passenger side, but this is the driver's side, so let's see if I can tell you a little bit about it. Okay, first off, you guys have leveling kits and everything. Your truck is probably it might be rubbing a little bit on that windshield washer reservoir right there on the front, but there's really nothing you can do about that besides remove it and disable it. But I mean, I don't know about everybody else, but I use mine a good bit. My truck has the 3.5-inch lift, so it really doesn't rub up there. It was just rubbing pretty hard in the back. It nearly tore my fender liner off on the passenger side. But a lot of these there's not really a whole lot of videos out there explaining how to do this. They just pretty much show themselves doing it, but nobody really explains it. So I'm going to try and explain it the best I can. I mean, I know mine's already been done, but see if I can explain it. Okay, so a lot of guys, you know, your first cut is going to be right here along this, right in here, along here, right about the bottom of that hole, all the way across. And then they'll beat this flap right here down, and then they'll cut the corner of this pinch weld right here out. I don't know if you can see it, probably can't. They'll cut the corner of that pinch weld out, and then you can beat that pinch weld in towards the cab. I cut the corner of mine out and just beat the bottom in a little bit because my tire's not hitting up here, it's mainly hitting down here. I just beat the bottom in a little bit. I didn't go beast mode with it or anything, and then, you know, like I said, I already had this whole flap here bent all the way down flat. And once I beat the bottom of that pinch weld in a little bit, then I took my big snap-on hammer I have here and I beat this flap in flush to the cab. As you can see, that's where the old lip used to be. Now it's got a little bit more clearance. And once again, this is just to give you clearance for around town. If you go off-road or anything like that, it's still gonna hit no matter what you do, you know, because it's so close. But I mean, you can't even really tell I've done anything to the outside. It still looks perfectly fine. Really won't be able to tell once I put the fender liner back on, just a little bit. What I did was obviously I had to peel that packing there back, that thermal packing to keep the heat and everything out. Had to peel it back so it didn't catch fire while I was grinding. And then like I said, I made that incision there, beat that lip down, then I beat it all back up flush, and I hit it with some white Rust-Oleum paint. Just because my truck's white, I didn't want to hit it with no black, or then, you know, that's going to stick out like a sore thumb. I mean, it sort of blends in the way it is now. But yeah, that's just to prevent any rust. I really don't have to worry about that down here in South Mississippi because it never snows. But if I ever do go up north, I work out of town a lot, I won't have to worry about it. I've spray painted everything, you know, with some Rust-Oleum. Don't have to worry about it rusting. You can see on the passenger side, I've already done it. I did it earlier. It does not hit when I turn. These tires got big knobs, these knobs right here, the outside of this knob, barely, I mean barely just skims the part of that fender liner that's peeled out right there. So it's not touching the body at all anymore. But yeah, you can see where it was hitting. It was about to, I mean, it literally almost tore my fender liner off. I had to go buy new panel clips and everything. It was rubbing pretty bad. Sometimes when I'd turn this way, the fender liner would come out and get caught on this tire, and it'd make a horrible noise. And yeah, it was pretty embarrassing. But when you get done with it, you know, you put some self-tapping screws in it. My hardware store did not have any black self-tapping screws, so I just bought some regular ones, and then I went and bought some gloss black cheap spray paint. And spray paint, that was the first thing I did. I spray painted them so they could be drying. So while I was doing the Norcal Mod on it, you know, they could be drying. But yeah, it turned out pretty good. I shaved all the chewed up fender liner off the bottom here. So I think it turned out pretty good, but just trying to explain it a little bit more, because I know every video I've watched, it didn't really explain it real good. I mean, they say that there's some guys that run 35s on these trucks, but I know they got to be doing hack jobs on them, because I mean they're not made for big tires. But yeah, so now I've already drove it with the other side, and so now it shouldn't be rubbing anymore. But like I said, this truck here, it's pretty much my around town truck. It doesn't really go off-road, even though it's four-wheel drive. But I got a 98K 1500 that I use as a hunting truck, so that's pretty much my play toy. And this is my baby, my go-getter. So it really don't go off-road. I really shouldn't have to worry about it rubbing. But yeah, that's pretty much it, you know. I also had to go buy new clips for them, for the wires that go to the computer. When I pulled the fender liner off, they broke, which is typical. It's plastic, been through the elements and everything. So, but yeah, it's not real hard. You really don't have to hack your truck up real bad like a lot of guys do. I mean, you can, but I'd rather not. I just, like I said, I made that one small cut right there. Then I cut the corner of that pinch weld out, beat the bottom end just a little bit, and then beat the flap up straight. And that's pretty much it. I'm gonna take a zip tie and tie that e-brake cable to the body mount there, a heavy duty zip tie. But yeah, that's it. I mean, it's not real hard. Just take your time and don't rush it, you know. You want it to look good. So yeah, that's pretty much the Norcal Mod explained on anywhere from a 07 model to a 13 1500. I don't know if the 2500s are the same, but yeah, that's pretty much it. It's my first video, so y'all try to be somewhat respectful in the comments. But that's it. Y'all have a good one.